that don't know, it is probably a good idea that you go ahead and record shows because I just realized the other night I actually lost part of my recording of a show that I had, but F and Jaguar saved the day and had recorded the show. So if this is like one of the shows I think you might want to record. So Audacity, just Google it. There's a download site. It's free. Um, it will allow you to will allow you to do so, and hopefully you guys will like what's on the show tonight. Um, First, um, I wanted to start by telling you what has happened um, as far as the TSN Central thing. Um, the head honcho, he's actually on a plane to China right now, so we couldn't really talk about anything in depth, you know. And when he gets back, he's on his way out to London, so it might be a little while before we actually get to the nuts and bolts as what we're going to try to accomplish. But from what I've heard, I am encouraged. Um, I asked Matt straight out about retaining creative control of the show, and he says that he doesn't really want to change the format of the show at all. It's not what it's about. He wants to raise the production value of the show, especially on the technical aspect of it. I mean, this is an amateurish setup, and they wanted to bring it up, to professional setup. So, um, little things like people um, having different volume levels. And in fact, that's one of the bigger problems. Some people come in really really clear and really loud, and other people come in too short, too soft. So they got some proprietary format or proprietary software, I should say, that will help with that. And there's going to be some other things that's going to be added too. But as far as retaining the creative, production of the show, that is assured. And so, for those of you who was wondering if that was going to be given up, that answer is no. So again, I've been very encouraged. I'll let you guys know what comes of it, but from what I've heard so far, it's very encouraging, and I think that it can really help as far as the community wise, as far as getting the word out about the fighting game industry, especially on console. Get more people involved. We need new blood. We're at a disadvantage compared to our PC counterparts because they get new releases every 6 months, while we haven't seen a new 2D fighting game in a long while, especially from Capcom. You know, um, but still, there's still a lot we can do to help the community grow, and I think that this radio show can help with that if it's given enough of an audience. So, by the way, for those of you who are listening, I know that a lot of you people complain that I only come through one speaker, the left speaker. I changed a setting, and I wanted to know whether or not I'm coming through both speakers for everybody that's listening. So, if I'm coming through on both speakers and you're in the RC channel or you have me on AIM, let me know. So, because I would like to know, because that really irks me that I'm only coming through one speaker. I have Matt is actually listening right now, and he says I'm coming through both speakers, whereas before it was just only the left speaker. Okay, got another person that says that it's coming through both speakers. Great, great. I upped the bit rate, and I changed the frequency. Instead of being at 22 kilohertz, it's at 44.1 kilohertz, 128 kilobits per second. So it should sound clearer, and it should sound, um, and I should be coming through both speakers, and everyone should be coming through both speakers now. So so I appreciate any feedback on that. Let me know how it's going because that kind of bugs me. All right, so that is it for the news part of it. We're going to go ahead and get going with Tom Brady and Perfect Legend. and we'll see how this turns out. I am recording this, but I'd still recommend that people at home, if you got the equipment, record it. You never know when you might need it. Um, oh, in other news, has anyone seen that game Bleach for Nintendo Wii? That's a very interesting fighting game. I know next to nothing about it, but I saw some pictures on the Magic Box, and the game looks very interesting. Seems to be based on an anime. And if anyone has any experience with the anime series, I would like to know. I would like to hear from you. Because the game looks very interesting. I'm not saying it's the next Marvel or the next Street Fighter. I'm just saying that the game looks interesting. That's all. All right, here we go. Yo, you're on AlphaISM Radio.
Yeah, hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Hey.
Do you have everybody on the line?
Yeah, I got myself in my car here, yeah.
All right, so we got Perfect Legend and Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
By the way, how could you let the New York Jets come back on you? I mean, you almost got beat by a team you was leaving 24
I'm not
to
really a big fan. I'm not really a big fan. I just got given that name was actually given to me, man.
Oh, okay. All right, well then, okay. Well then, I guess I won't ask you about that then. Anyway, so as you probably know, I had Perfect Legend on here a few nights ago. We had a really good interview. So I want to ask you some of the same questions that I asked him. Like, I mean, what got you involved in Dead or Alive? You know, what got you interested in it? That type of thing.
I actually got interested in Dead or Alive back in 1988 when it first came out on the backfeed. When it was called Dead or Alive, I started playing it a lot in the arcade. After I got into it, probably the only here right now left the original DOA.
Hello?
So, yeah, that's how I got started.
Oh, you're breaking up really bad.
It has a backbeat or something. Hold on a second. Okay, it should be easier then. Yeah, so basically, I got into DOA back in 1998. When it first was released in the arcade, I used to go there and play it all the time. You know, I was already a competitor in video games long before that, so it just limited with the flow of already being competitive in fighting games. And that's what really got me into it. I took a liking to the game. It was actually my first 3D game that I ever got into. And, I played it till it kind of died out a little bit. Then when Dead or Alive 3 came out on the Xbox, the original controller that I didn't like, and there was no stick available for it. So I never really got into it that much.
Hey, can you speak up just a little bit? Because
yeah. As well as the classic players. Some of the also the old school players also didn't like the fact that you had to use the original Xbox pad, and there was no joystick available for it, and there were no converters available when the game first came out. So basically, what happened was we all kind of went to other games and moved on, and so I got back into DOA years later when I found out about a local tournament in Texas. Myself and a friend of mine went to a local store and picked up DOA 3 Platinum Hits. We kind of, played it for like a week, showed up to this tournament in Texas, found out about the website for the game, and got back into it. And that's basically how I got back into DOA.
Oh, okay. So, by the way, what place did you place in Evo in Dead or Alive? I don't know because I wasn't.
I got 7.
You got 7. Okay.
Yeah.
In the top 8. All right. How do you like Dead or Alive 4 as opposed to the previous versions?
I like Dead or Alive 4 actually. The only game that I don't like I don't like the controller. I think the controller actually does really hurt the game as it is. I myself am I'm the I'm the Mortal Kombat World Champion in Mortal Kombat 2, 3, and 4 back in the arcade era. I was number 1 in the world at Killer Instinct 1 and 2. I have a
Killer
long
Instinct.
history of
That's good.
Yeah, I was the best in the world of DOA 2 arcade and was the best at DOA 3 until I quit and kind of tried to come back and eventually lost DOA Master. And Carl actually also beat me in the DOA 3 tournament as well. In DOA 4, I think you have a lot of gamers who really would like to get into it. I think the game has got a lot of potential and it could grow. The problem is you got a lot of high-level gamers from other communities that try to come in and join, and they try to play it, and they play it on the pad, and the pad is just so horrible. They mis-execute everything. Even someone as good as Carl, you know, who obviously won Evo, there are certain characters he can't even play simply because he can't even execute on the pad because of how bad the pad is. And for certain characters, execution is just a little too important. So in reality, as good as it is, sometimes you get people that get they sit down and they play and they get so frustrated because they can't do anything because of how bad the pad is. They just say, oh, screw this, the game sucks, yada, yada, yada. But overall, I think, you know, the game is actually a very solid game.
Okay. Okay, I'm getting a heck of a lot of complaints. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason, Perfect Legend is coming through fine, but you're really far away. It's like, I don't know, it's like you're talking under a mat or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you have Skype? Well, I'm just asking, do you have a microphone?
Do I have a microphone?
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry?
No microphone.
No microphone.
Yeah, you do kind of sound muffled a little bit, but I don't know.
Because I have Sprint and sometimes my area, Sprint does not have the best signal. So.
Yeah, man, how you live in your own house and you have to walk outside every time you call somebody?
Yeah,
that shit sucks.
I can't even use my phone in my own house because basically I have no signal. So.
Okay.
Why don't you just use Gym Master's phone?
It's turned off. What'd you say?
Oh. What happened?
I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna try to adjust the settings here for a minute.
Okay.
Let's see here. All right. Let's try it that way. Okay. I only heard about half of that. But anyway, one of the things I did notice, I talked to Perfect Legend about this, but there's like really no real organization when it comes to the Dead or Alive players. I mean, you know, maybe you can use this radio station as a soundboard, you know, to get more people interested, or at least get a community going, you know.
Yeah. Well, the problem with this organization is because DOA ended up being known as like the home for like lost gamers, like gamers who suck in every other game in existence. To find a home in DOA because nobody even, you know, when DOA started becoming console exclusive, nobody even cared enough to question if they were or weren't good. They would just say, who cares? When you're good in this game, nobody plays it anyway. And for a lot of these people, that was good enough, you know, to say, okay, well, I don't care, at least I'm finally good in something. Basically, we have a majority of generation stuff. I mean, there's actually one particular player named Ladra out there who actually qualified for this big tournament called WCG by beating no one because no one showed up. And then he goes to this big tournament and loses every match he plays, doesn't even win one match, and then has the nerve to seriously say that he is officially ranked one in the Midwest by this site. Yet he was the only one that showed up and didn't even beat anybody. So it's so hard to get organization going when you have so many players who are just looking to make a name for themselves by any means necessary, even if it's in the most ridiculous fashion. You know, there's no organization. Basically, everybody has to get on the same, like every other community, everybody has to get on the same page, realize that there are guidelines for trying to have an effective, competitive community, and follow them, and those have to be enforced. And, you know, just sometimes on some of the DOA sites out there, it just is mainly enforcing the fact of, hey, be casual, have fun. No one's trying to take it away from people, but you got to understand there's also a competitive side, you know, that comes out as well. So.
Okay. only heard about half of that. Shoot.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Leader half of whatever you saying.
Yeah, well, next time you do this, I'll plan a little better for it.
I mean, if you know, one of the things about it is that as far as you know, on the radio, the best signal actually comes when you use Skype, because I can have up to 4 people on Skype at once, include besides myself, and usually it comes through real clearly. You just need a microphone. And in fact,
yeah, can't you call the Skype or not?
Well,
Can we call that?
If I call via Skype, as in I call the phone number, then it's actually going to have worse quality than it has now. But if he gets the software on his computer and he next works through Skype, then the quality is really good. Like you're coming through okay, Perfect Legend. You're breaking up a bit, but I can hear you fine. But I can't really hear Tom Brady at all.
Yeah, I was hitting my mic. That's why.
Well, I'll be a little more prepared for it next time.
I didn't hear the last part, but hello.
He said you'll come out and call it later.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. So yeah, we'll just postpone the full interview at least, and then we'll just do this when we get the sound fixed up a little bit.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and do that tomorrow. So whenever you guys want to do this again, you let me know.
Okay then.
All right.
All right. Take it easy.
All right.
I'll call you tomorrow, Carl.
Yep.
All right. Sorry about that. That wasn't going very well. That's the bad thing about when people call in through AIM phone line, the quality varies. Sometimes it's really good. Like when Alex calls in, Alex Valle, he comes through fine. But then there's some people who call in and it sounds like they're in a whale, you know. So. Yeah, so hopefully you can get a microphone and then he can call in, because calling him through Skype, the problem is going to be even worse than it is now. So anyway, also someone else wanted to get on the radio station. Let me see if I can contact him now through Skype, because he wanted to talk about a particular tournament that's coming up in Oklahoma. So let me see if I can.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing all right.
Pretty good.
Hear the echo.
Hey. Hey, how's it going? Just chilling over here. Just messing around with Skype, seeing what it's all about. Hey.
Who's the other person?
Chilling over here.
Oh, man. Hey, how about you give me a call back, and so we can get rid of this echo, if you want to still come on the show.
Okay.
All right, then. All righty. Hello?
Hello?
All right. All right,
The
that's
echo.
better. Huh?
Is that working better?
Yeah, I don't hear an echo now.
Okay.
All right, cool. So how about you tell the people that are listening, who you are, where you come from, all that good stuff, and the tournament.
Okay. Okay, there's still a bit of an echo over here, so if I sound kind of crazy, it's 'cause I'm hearing two things at once.
You might want to try turning your speakers down a bit too, also.
Okay. Okay. I'm from Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, to be exact. Blue Haze on SRK. Just coming in to talk about the Oklahoma State Championships 2006.
Okay.
Gonna have it November 18th, Saturday, about 1:01 p.m. Not 1 p.m., but 1:01. Oklahoma Memorial Union at OU. Actually, anyone who's listening right now, we still have a poll going up, which actually ends tomorrow, so you might want to go there quick. And we're actually still voting for the top 4 games for the tournament. Looks like the top 4 ones at the moment are Third Strike, CVS2, and the Guilty Gear Slash. And it's like about 4 games are running up for the 4th, which is Marvel's Capcom 2, and I believe 3 others. I'm not sure right now.
I assume Marvel will be there, right? Since Marvel is the.
I think so. It's like I said, it's the 4th one. It's the lowest on the top 4 that are being voted for right now. Out of this list of 10 we have. So
are you really hoping for a big turnout? Because if Marvel is not part of it, I don't know if it's going to be really a huge turnout or not.
Okay, I'm trying to keep coherent here. There's that big echo still, but I'm not sure. Like I said, there's the poll if people go in and vote. Anyone's open to vote around the country, around the world, actually. We prefer people who are going to actually vote in the poll in SRK, but the top 4 are going to be in the tournament. Like I said, the 3 that look like they are going to be for sure are CVS2, Third Strike, and Slash, and the last one, the 4th one, looks as a tie between 4 different games, and MVC2 is leading by 1 point, I believe, right now. So we could definitely have MVC2 if people jump in, though, and vote. So there's no problem. But.
All right. So how about this? How about you shoot me the link on Skype, and so I can post it I'll make a news link about it on my site. And you saying this tournament is it in Oklahoma City or what?
It's around the Oklahoma City area. It's actually in Norman, which is right south of Oklahoma City, because it seems to be the most central place for everyone. On top of that, a lot of our gamers go to OU, so we were able to book a room at OU quite easily for the tournament event. So that's how it came to be there.
Is this going to be console or arcade?
It's going to be console, but we're going to use the most arcade-perfect versions that exist. For example, in MVC2, we're going to have the Dreamcast version, CVS2 Dreamcast version. We're going to try to use probably the PS2 version on Third Strike, though. Slash, we're going to have the import PS2 versions going on there. The Oklahoma scene isn't exactly the biggest, to be honest, so I'm not going to try to say it is. So everyone there pretty much has to get the systems they have together, import, do all that kind of stuff. We don't have the resources to pull in machines to be exact.
Okay. Or is this? Are you part of the people? Are you one of the people that are going to be organizing this tournament?
There's really mainly one person, but I'm part of the scene. So I'm going to promote him when I can. We want to get a good turnout. We want people to come in there. I know right now, actually, believe it or not, there's a few people who are wanting to get into MVC2 down here. And I know if people do come and there's a show out for that, people vote for it, it becomes a game. It's going to certainly help promote interest here in the state with that game as well. The interest of games right now in the state mostly revolve around Third Strike, CVS2, some older Street Fighter 2 type games, and Slash. Mostly it's not 3D games, and it's not going to be a lot of the Versus series very much at all. So.
Okay. All right. All right. So it's just going to be in Norman, Oklahoma, and it's going to be November the what?
19th.
November the 19th.
Yeah, Saturday. Oh wait, I'm sorry. November 18th, and that's a Saturday.
Okay, November the 18th. That's a Saturday. And they need to vote as far as what games are going to be there. There's the top 3, and they're looking for a 4th. I don't know who's really making the final decision as far as the games, but I would just put MVC in there to begin with, because the closest state with competition is Texas, I would gather, and Texas has a really good Marvel scene, as well as a Guilty Gear scene.
Yeah, definitely. I believe. Yeah.
So
I believe if enough people actually show up in the poll, if there's interest in it, we can certainly make it up on the spot, actually. I believe last year we had enough people interested in Super Turbo to actually just make it on the spot. And I believe even if the game is not in the top 4 in the official list, we can certainly throw it in at the last minute if there's enough interest. We're totally willing to do that.
Oh, okay.
So like I said, our scene's kind of small. It's not going to be a Cali or an Eastern size tournament or anything, but so we have to be flexible in what games we can have. But at the same time, we have to have a sort of coherency that we follow, so everything's organized. People know what's going on. So.
All right.
I'll find you that link right now. That's back here. Okay. To the poll.
Okay. Yeah. Send me the link. Earlier, send me the link to the thread about it earlier, and I will go ahead and I will post it on the radio. I will post it on the news site, so people who are in the area, like New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, they can if they want to make the trip up there. It's good that you give a lot of notice because there's another tournament that we'll be talking about here shortly that's happening in less than a month from now, or about a month from now. Kind of short notice, so but yeah, I'll put that information up there for you.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Okay.
By the way, make sure you send me that link.
Yes. Doing that right now.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to pass by?
Let me make sure. Internet's kind of slow when Skype's going. Let me see. $5 entry fee at the door to help pay for the room. We're doing thinking about $10 per game.
Okay.
First gets 70% of the pot. Second place gets about 20, and third gets about 10%. Unless, of course, the tournament's a small turnout or a larger one, we can always edit those percentages, of course. It's going to be a double elimination. 2 out of 3 matches. Finals are 3 out of 5 matches. And I'll also send you a link for the tournament details as well, and it's the poll, and you can view the details there as well for the actual tournament.
Okay.
We're open to any ideas if you post anything there, just throw anything on. So that's about it right now.
All right.
No.
Well, hey, thanks a lot for calling in. And yeah,
thanks for having.
And no problem. And if you need anything else, let me know. And you're free to be on the radio station anytime you want.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take it easy. Okay. Cool. I got the link from him from the SRK on the SRK board about the tournament. For those of you who are living. Yo, you're on AlphaISM Radio.
Oh, am I now, Mr. Ben?
What's up? What's up, Alex?
Is Ohio still on the phone or what?
Who?
Perfect Legend.
No. The signal wasn't really too strong in his house, so it was like Tom Brady. I could barely hear him. I could hear Perfect Legend okay, but the signal wasn't going bad. So we'll try it again tomorrow.
I hear you. Who's on the line?
Nobody right now, actually.
Alright. Actually, I'm on my way to do a test run on this shit. I'm just gonna cap a few matches. Well, for the people that don't know, I'm gonna cap a couple casual matches between me, Kenai, and this one Alex player named Luca.
Nice.
And I'll just get some feedback from everybody. If it's like, I'll do like one match at a time. I can't really do the whole streaming of like hours of casual play yet.
Mhm.
That'll be for later. I'll do like the just see if it gets people's interest. I'll play like as many characters as I can.
Do you have somewhere to host it? Because if you don't, then I'm willing to host it.
Well, I mean, I can. I mean, I have like my parents actually just bought a freaking pretty damn good camera. I forgot about that, and I could just do it like just generically like that, and put it on YouTube or something. Just upload it real quick.
Oh, okay then.
I can do that whatever works.
Okay.
I just want to get this test run out early as possible because, like I said, I don't want to be wasting my time on something that can be pretty helpful to the community, but I kind of want to get a serious response from everybody because I'll be willing to like fund all this shit by like next week.
Wow.
You know, get the whole server thing ready and everything, dude. Because me and my friend's name is JR, aka Image. We were like discussing this like from crazy from Thursday through the weekend. You know, like just not going just Third Strike, but CVS 2, Super Turbo. Mainly starting on the Street Fighter. I'm not gonna have Marvel on this at all. Sorry,
Oh
guys.
man, you gonna kill a lot of people.
No, well, those they have the opportunity to expand their talent because they can react, they can adapt, they can execute. It's just honestly, Marvel is like on their own community. I mean, I'm not dogging it per se, but I mean, most of the players refuse to play other games. They just, they have the ability to play every other game. So, I mean, you guys have the biggest player base. I mean, why have another thing for Marvel going for you guys when you guys do it on your own? That's fine. I'm a, hardcore Street Fighter player. I got into Marvel because the consensus played it, but now it's like, I'm done with it and trying to move on. And eventually get Guilty Gear in it. And I'll be talking to like Peter and some of the San Diego guys to get in there, get heavy hitters from Cali to help do this.
Nice.
So,
I can't wait. I think it'll work. I mean, I honestly do think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're beyond the point of like save that shit for nationals because all the old games like Third Strike and even CVS 2. I mean, I'll be willing to play that again. It's Street Fighter. It's beyond the garbage role canceling that's in there. I mean, if people play it, it's Street Fighter like. We'll get people to play. As long as the tournaments are still going around, we'll get people to play. So, is there anybody listening right now, or just watching football, or like TiVoing, or what?
No, there's 20 people listening. So I mean, there's people listening. Not much said in the channel. It's just DSB complaining. Yeah. I mean, I really gonna because you know what? I forgot to tell you. I talked to Matt from TSN and it looks pretty cool. I think that what they want as far as the radio show, it could possibly work out, and this would be a great stepping stone, like for people who do get interested in fighting games, and they want to see expert level play, see how the game is played, not necessarily emulate what everything is in it. Then this could be a great building block, so they know how people play, without just going by just what the computer does. So.
Yeah.
But,
I actually got somewhat of support from Choi, like a little bit. I talked to him about it today, and like I told him, hey, I got the idea from like just watching the Korean stream, for the Champion Edition. Once I told him that, he's all like, "What? Koreans play?" Choi's Korean, and like, and he's like, "They play Champion Edition? What the hell? What server is this?" He's like, "Damn, I can't watch it right now because he's just leaving work." And then I was telling him about the idea, and he goes, "Oh, you're trying to do like a Napster thing?" I'm like, "Not necessarily. This is actually like sort of, but not really, But eventually, hopefully, we'll get that one day. I'm pretty sure like people like KSK and from Japan and some European sites. They bust their balls to put some matches on, but how long does it take? A week? Yeah, people want to see shit every day. They get kind of burnt out of watching. I can imagine how many people watch the Daigo Perry versus freaking Wong. Fucking imagine just watching new, fresh matches every day, like hours of gameplay.
I would love
even
that.
Even a good 2 to 3 hours is not hard to put on a site. You know what I'm saying? And then like. We'll have once you burn out like Third Strike or stuff, we'll move on to the next game, CVS 2. Like you were talking about CVS 2 Tuesdays or fucking Super Turbo Fridays or whatever, So and also I'm trying to calm down from going out too much, man. I think I'm all partied out since last weekend, man.
Really? Now that doesn't sound like you, man.
Literally, I've been partying like fuck. Almost seriously, I don't remember the last time I actually did not go out to a party in a weekend. I don't remember. I mean, even the days when I, promised like the chick to, I'll spend some time with you and we'll go kick it. Either like fucking late Saturday or early Sunday or somewhere. We're at a club.
Wow. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is Monday. Have you just now stopped? Have you just now stopped partying? I mean, you partied all the way through Monday? Damn, man.
Dude, I used to go when I was hardcore. I would be like a month for Wednesday through Monday, and then it slowed down to like maybe Thursday through Sunday, and then they eventually just went, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I stopped going Mondays. Mondays a little out of there. I mean, it's like it turns out way too mellow as the week ends,
Oh yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you ever use main?
My computer is shitty, and yeah, I mean, Jinrai helped me like set up Puzzle Fighter, and we try to play it, and even Puzzle Fighter kind of like slows my computer down pretty shitty. I mean, the most disk space I have in my computer is just barely like 3 gigs.
Wow.
I can't put shit in there. Yeah, I got like, I mean, what's funny is that we brought up, like the top players don't have all the systems, and we're all like arcade based, and like we'll go to somebody else's house and play their shit or have them bring it over. Same shit with computers. I mean, somebody always like, or whatever it may be, they says, hey, have you seen the new so and so video? I'm like, no, not up to date on that. Well, you gotta get this player and to watch this, and then you gotta get that player to watch that, and then, you don't have the right codec, and I'm like, fuck all this shit, dude. Just fucking, what do they do in the video, dude? Just tell me. He's like, oh, dude, but you get this ass kick, this is all this. Now I finally see it, right? I'm like, it's okay. Give a fuck. I mean,
man, we gotta build you a new PC, Alex. That's all there is to it, man.
Huh?
We gotta build you a new PC. I mean, you know what? I'll be willing to just give you my old computer, which is an Athlon 64, 2800. I mean, you'll be able to, it's not the best computer in the world, but it'll get you done. It'll get it done, though.
I mean, maybe if I was into computer gaming, I would have a pretty buff computer today. But I mean, the last, computer game I got into was StarCraft, and I mean that's pretty damn old. But I could play it at the time. I had an AOL connection at the time when that shit came out, dude. That's pretty horrible. Yeah. Get hooking that up because at the time, BattleNet, you couldn't play. If you had AOL, you couldn't play on BattleNet. They this is the time where AOL was hated on like the most.
I remember that.
You got AOL. Oh, you're a scrub. No, that's a piece of shit. Like, oh, you're probably getting hacksaw. I'm like, fuck, shut up.
Tempest wants to play StarCraft against you, Alex.
Oh man, I shit at that game. I mean, I try to play. I thought it was good. This is the time everybody started playing. He's like, okay. Then Troy got into it a little bit. We started playing. You suck when your matches are like 4 hours. Because
4 hours.
Yeah, like way back then, me and Troy were playing fucking, we're playing chess at the very first time we were playing it, and we were both like Terrans and shit, and doing like we're trying to hide, like this is dumb shit. This is way old when we were first starting. We started trying to hide our nuclear like the ghosts, how they bomb you, they nuke you. I tried to, since he was the red team, I tried to nuke it on top of one of his red soldiers so he couldn't find the dot. We didn't find the dot back in the days, the little. And I fucking blew his shit up. And then right when he did mine, he did a fucking. He did a fucking same shit on me too, motherfucker. But then that fool got crazy good. Troy got ridiculously good on all the rest of the Koreans. I don't know, dude. They all have this patch in their arm which will like turn on the cheap switch, and they all became good. Seriously, it's like, remember there was like everybody was pretty damn good, and then the Koreans just fucking really turned into the Zerg, dude. I don't know, they became one with the Zerg and all killed everybody else. I remember that shit.
Oh man.
How the hell are we talking about StarCraft?
No, we're just talking about. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, but you know what? Just let me know though if you need any help as far as, as far as hosting the matches. If you're gonna put them on YouTube, that's cool. But if you also want them, available for download, I can donate my space so you can get that done. Because I think
cool,
I think people be hella interested even without Marvel. I think people be hella interested in seeing it. Now, unfortunately, I haven't heard. If you wanted to ask, I haven't heard anything more about the Digital Life, so I think that's pretty much dead now. Sadly.
Yeah, kind of figured, man. Watson told me, and yeah, it's happened to him, but you really can't, not yet, make money on Street Fighter. I mean, no, like even if you're depending on, okay, you're a top player consistently placing top 3, and you see a tournament that has 10 grand on the line, yeah, that's fucking a lot of money. But for the kids that don't understand, it's gonna take a while to get it. You're gonna get taxed on it, and you don't know if that company will go under, and you don't get shit. So, winning tournaments, you just make like hobby fun money. Basically, you get your money back for, I don't know, the days where you could have really made money. Yeah, he was all trying to like talk deep to me and shit. I'm like, I understand, and maybe one day, but like not so fast. Not so fast.
Where you at? Are you at home now?
No, I'm on the way to Anaheim. That's where I played last week on Wednesday.
Oh, you on your way to do some gaming?
Yeah, I'm gonna go test this shit out, brother.
Oh, you doing it right now? I didn't think you was doing it right now. Oh, wow, that's shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man. Oh shit.
Well, I'm on the way there. And that's when I called you.
Nice.
Yeah, I wanna show people how serious I'm into the game. I mean, I'm calling almost every freaking day. I've been talking to you before Evolution World. It's not fucking hard. It really isn't. Just like a couple trips to my friend's house. Like 3 days a week or something. And all we're doing is, practicing.
Oh, hold on a sec. Yo, you're on AlphaISM Radio.
Hey,
Anaheim. What's going on?
Hello?
Alex, you're going to Anaheim?
Yeah.
That's not too far from me. I live in Riverside.
Who's this?
This is Harlock. Matt with the Team Sportscast Network.
Oh, hey, what's up, man? Sorry, I didn't recognize your voice.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, I wanted to bring something up to you. You said that you can't make money playing Street Fighter. And
you cannot make money depending on tournaments in Street Fighter.
Right. Would it surprise you that you can make money doing PC gaming?
I already know that, yes. But,
okay.
You see, I think we could have made money if we did, like, say if Evolution started when Champion Edition came out. Yes, we would be making money today. It's just, the genre of gaming at the time for arcades is, it's like it's still, immature, and we brought it up. It's like the support and all this shit was too advanced. Some brainiac in the PC world, maybe Fatality or something, made that mouse, made himself big, back in like 95 or 96, and he marketed himself as I know that still, and
right.
all the gaming companies, it's easier to market the PC world and sponsor them because man, they the amount of money that the computer world make versus the independent like arcade coin op is ridiculous. Ridiculous. The software.
Well, let's take it a moment further. You know, you have new games coming out for like Xbox 360. You're going to have newer stuff coming out for the PlayStation 3. The only reason why PC gaming does so well in the sponsors, and the reason that sponsors throw so much money out, is because for us in the fighting game market, we throw down, you know, $200-300 for a gaming system. That is until the PS3 comes out, and you know, we throw out $100 for an arcade stick and $50 for a game, and we call it a day. We're done, and we could be done for years. Okay, there are still people, you know, like you said, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike on the PS2. How long's that been out? Forever. At any rate, but with PC gaming, you have to upgrade almost every 6 months or so, and so a lot more money is being spent because a lot more sponsors want people to play on the newest, greatest gear. So the fighting game community actually has an opportunity here with the new systems coming out to really grab the sponsors and have sponsors throw money at tournaments, especially for the new games that are going to be on the new system. And, well, you never know. You might end up with a player earning $300,000, much like Jonathan Wendell did in the 2005 World Series.
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm actually, you know, I've been brainstorming besides trying to help the community on, you know, one day how can somebody from the fighting games come up. You know, there is a possibility. I mean, you know, eventually somebody will. Okay, eventually somebody will. I mean, we talk about all day long. Come on, Madden Challenge. How about a game that just comes out not even every year? You know, it almost comes out every 9 months. To me, it's pretty funny. I mean, but you think of the long run, somebody's going to be able to freaking be that good in games where every company wants to freaking sponsor this kid or guy or girl to go around the world and, you know, influence kids to buy the game to be that good to win money. I mean, you're selling millions of copies of video games just because that kid is winning tournaments. So Madden challenges, I mean, can do that. I mean, it influences people to win, what, first they started with 50 grand or 25 grand, went to 50 grand, now it's 100 grand?
Right.
I mean,
well,
shit,
what you're saying actually happened. What you're
Yeah.
saying actually happened, where you take a competitive game, and the only reason that people are buying the game is because people are playing it competitively. Last year that was the case with Painkiller. When Painkiller first came out on the PC, I think there were 6 people online playing it total. That was it. And all of a sudden, the Cyber Athletic Professional League picked the game up and said, "Here you go. This is the world tournament game. There you go." And everybody went out and bought the game. I mean, everybody did. But that's because the sponsors were behind the game.
But Matt, I got a question for you. You know, you just brought up a correlation between sponsors and the PC gaming, because you know PC is always constantly expanding as far as, you know, getting more powerful CPU, a more powerful graphics card, and etc. But that won't be the case with consoles. So, what would you say? So, how would we get sponsors to sponsor something, or sponsor hardware that doesn't change? You know, obviously that's just maybe just only one facet of sponsorship. But I want to know, like, in your opinion, I mean, what kind of sponsors can we get into? Only thing I can think of is, you know, people who make joysticks or something like that.
Well,
I mean,
no, actually, okay, for some reason, Counter-Strike 1.6 is still played. And that game can literally be run on a Texas Instruments 85. Okay? That's how easy that game is to run. It's not graphically impressive. It doesn't take a whole lot of CPU power. And just about anybody can pick it up and play it. But there are tons of people playing the game. Counter-Strike 1.6 is the Street Fighter 2 of the PC world. Okay? It was, everybody recognizes it. Everybody plays it, and even if you aren't part of the competitive scene, you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Where the sponsorships come in, and something that's really awesome, is you have teams that are sponsored by not only computer companies, but there's one team in Sweden that is sponsored by Subway.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
You get players wearing shirts and jerseys that are just covered in whatever product or whatever they wanna sell. That's how you're going to get your money.
Mhm.
Red Bull. Red Bull is a huge sponsor of PC gaming. Not only that, but also balls. Monster is going to be jumping into that real soon as well. You got to look outside of we're going to have to look outside of that. Okay, well, game companies, yeah. Joystick makers, yeah. Well, how about outside of that? How about thinking outside the box? Why wouldn't Subway want to sponsor a gaming team? Hell, Jack in the Box open 24 hours a day. The ultimate gamer food.
That is
it's
true. You won't
it's
get
like
an argument with that.
3 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're all, damn man, I'm hungry.
Alex, we talked about that.
or for
You know,
me, it's like it's like, oh, damn, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Where am I going to go get some booze? And so I mean, you can do that. I mean, why couldn't we think outside of the box, outside of the gaming companies, and go up to somebody huge and say, hey, we want you to sponsor our team. We want you to sponsor our event. Hell, could you imagine an event sponsored by McDonald's? Okay, McDonald's is disgusting. Don't get me wrong, but the entire event being catered by that particular company. I mean, you want to talk about a marketing blitz for the company. It's a win-win situation. One, the community gets the money. Two, the company or whoever is sponsoring gets the exposure.
Okay. Hey, good thing you brought that up. Tell you the truth, like when I used to work for Coca-Cola, and Miss Wizard who ran Evolution at the time, asked me, hey, if I can do anything from Coke to get any type of sponsorship or whatever, right? And let's just say Coca-Cola. I worked in Coca-Cola of Orange, so whoever I had to talk to, I was getting like kind of brushed off because I was a peon there, okay. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, if I were to somehow get a sponsor going, since I work for the company, I wouldn't be able to play. And I started thinking of all the crazy legalities behind it, and eventually I couldn't get it. I couldn't get anywhere. Nobody told me who to talk to, and I eventually left Coke. I didn't like that fucking company, but you just like made me rethink about what happened about 3 years ago. I could have got a sponsor or something. You know what I'm saying? I was actually thinking of all that stuff, and I was just really mad. This was the time when I was thinking about quitting Coke anyway.
But brainstorming right now. So, Matt, since you're familiar with how sponsors work as far as relates to gaming, let's use Alex as an example because he's the perfect example because he's the former United States Street Fighter champion. So, if you were to give Alex advice, just using Alex as an example, because there's a lot of other people that have been winning tournaments too. What would you say would be the best way to approach with sponsorship?
Well, the problem is that you would actually have to get a marketing guy to do that because if you're not wearing a suit and a tie, unfortunately, a lot of these larger companies just don't really want to talk to you. But what you want to do is you want to go after the more edgy companies. Monster, who is gigantic, and through my daytime job, because I do TSN at night, my daytime job, I actually the warehousing manager for Monster is a customer of mine, and in talking to him and everything like that, I found out that Monster is huge. It's gigantic. It's this huge company, and they're actually about to overtake Red Bull because Red Bull has tried to market itself as this highfalutin drink, in bars and things like that, where Monster has stayed true to the kids and everything like that. So let's say you approach Monster, say, hey, you have this truck that goes out and it goes around, various places and stuff like that, and says, hey, here's Monster and all that. Why not set up events at various different cities around the around the country and say, come here and come play the world champion. Let's play the world champion, sponsored by Monster. Okay? If you can beat the world champion, you get $100 or whatever, right? Chances are, and everybody who's going to come and play you is not going to beat you. Okay? Only the best of the best are going to come and beat you, the actual professional gamers. But most people, say, hey, yeah, cool, I'll come down and I'll get my free Monster and we'll listen, to music and crap like that. But that's really how it's done. Fatality is probably in the PC gaming is probably the biggest marketing whore there is. He has taken his name and literally made it a product. You can buy Fatality mouse now. You can buy a Fatality tower. You can buy a Fatality mouse pads, sound cards. There's video cards coming out. Hell, there's a motherboard. Just by marketing his name, by going to various companies and saying, hey, I'm the best. Gamers are going to want to use my stuff. They're going to want to drink what I drink, and they're going to want to eat what I eat. Use me. I am your whore.
Maybe I won't say that in those words, but
well, unfortunately,
I can tell what you're cooking, though.
to advertising companies and everything like that, sometimes you do have to bend over, spread your legs, and say, "Go ahead and ram me," but when you do, use me, and it's sort of a win-win situation. As long as I'm bent over the desk, why don't you just give me the reach around, because that's really going to help me out.
Alex, you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you was going. I don't know who this Fatality dude is, but I heard of him. So that lets you know for someone who doesn't even play PC gaming. I know. I have heard of him. So I'm guessing this is some type of world champion in a first-person shooter game. Taking a reasonable guess. But you say you need a marketing. You need a marketing person.
Brother? You got company.
Maybe it's something.
Pobrecito.
I'm trying to think of how we can go about. I think it's a great idea. Thanks Matt for coming on and telling us about it, because I think it's a great idea. And using Alex as an example, I really do. I want to know what we can do to get someone like of his reputation, someone with with the success that he's had, how to, because one person that sticks out in my mind, I'm surprised it hasn't become a household name like this Fatality, is like Justin Wong, because the dude has won so many damn tournaments. I'm surprised that he doesn't have a mouse pad and a mouse named after him, a Wong mouse, a Wong pad, a Wong screensaver, a Wong graphics card. I'm surprised it hasn't got to that point yet, but again, that's just a fighting game genre. It's virtually non-existent, and no one knows about it. But if maybe we could talk about this more, and figure out what we can do to get some more attention from other sponsors. It's not just leaving it to the cannons to find sponsors.
Cool. Oh hey, I just arrived to my friend's house and he's blushing because I brought my camera. He's like, oh no, dude. This guy just bought a new Third Strike there. This guy is dedicated.
He bought a new Third Strike what?
He just bought a new Third Strike for his PlayStation 2. He has a copy already, but a couple of the stages are scratched up where if they come on, the game will freeze. So, damn, dude. This guy spent another $20 on another Street Fighter game, dude. I don't even have Third Strike in my possession in my house, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, man, you know what? I think Matt gave us some good ideas. I want to look into that more.
He did.
I want to look into that more, because I think that there's definitely some potential in there, So you're just gonna play some casual matches and then upload them one by one, right?
That or I don't know. I still gotta figure it out. I gotta toy with it, see what is easier. I'll do both. I'll see multiple matches at a time, because when I first put something on YouTube, I had to convert the file to something else to condense it, make it smaller. So I think if you're not a premium user on YouTube, you can only make it a certain. I think you have a maximum of I forgot. It's like when I put the match to me and Daigo up, the guy sent it to me. I had to condense that. That takes a little while.
Well, I mean,
we'll see. We'll play with it.
well, I mean, if it won't fit on YouTube because it's longer than 10 minutes or it's bigger than what's allowed, then let me know. Then I can host it through that. I have a data bus account. Actually, you can make your own too. It's free, and it's pretty good. You can upload them, and that's how I've been making my radio shows available. But if you want me to host it off of my own server, I'm willing to do that for you.
Fine, this is a good one. Yeah. Hey, Justice, we're gonna need your expertise pretty soon, bro. No, dude, you're not gonna jack us off, man. Come on, your girl's right there, bro. It's not gonna work, dude. She'd be jealous. She ain't sleeping, dog. Anyway, see? You see that? Oh, you guys are on the phone. Hey guys, I'm gonna go test this out now, dude. So I'll hit you back up, see how it goes.
All right, then, man. Thanks.
All right.
All right, take it easy. All right. Wow. Steelers got skunked. Whew. Anyway. Great idea. I think Matt gave us some good ideas as far as marketing our players. I'm going to look into that more. I'm going to speak to Matt about it more on and off the air, see what we can do. Because I mean, he obviously has experience in this area working for TSNCentral. So we'll see what we can do because I think that'd be a great way as far as getting attention as well. Getting different companies to sponsor these different players, especially players like of Alex's caliber, those who have won major tournaments before, or players like Justin Wong, or even though you have to be someone who's like exactly won every single tournament, just someone who's famous, that'd be enough. So we'll see what happens with that. If anyone else wants to call in, the number is 425-738-6216. I will, take any questions or comments that you have about it. I gotta update the web page because I'm going to give the SRK info for this Oklahoma tournament for those of you who happen to live around the area. I mean, I don't expect people to fly out. If you're planning to fly out from East Coast, I mean that's great, but I don't really expect people. But I mean, I think there's just some people in the Texas areas. In fact, I would probably want to tell that the guy I spoke to earlier, Logan, that he might want to post that in the matchmaking forums, and it's for the Texas thread. And see what happens. Also, if there happens to be a threat for any of the surrounding states, it might be a good idea to post it there as well. But I'm going to make it available on the site here in a few minutes. As for tomorrow, I should have. There's a possibility that I might have DOA Master on here, another Dead or Alive player. Hopefully, there won't be any, sound problems. Again, in the end, we might have Tom Brady and Perfect Legend back, so we have 3 Dead or Alive players. Wow, kind of out the woodworks now. I'm still working on a virtual fighter community. I've been speaking with Mike, and hopefully we can arrange something. Maybe this Friday, maybe. Because he has school all throughout the week. He's 18 hours ahead of us. um, and then Sunday he has football. Saturday is his only free day, but since he's 18 hours ahead of us, it's actually be Friday night for us, but it would be Saturday afternoon for him. So I'm gonna try to get the virtual fighter community. Still don't have anyone from the Tekken community yet. So hopefully, I'm gonna try to work on that this week. Um, but so far I haven't heard very much on that end. Um, by the way, I hear that is it Nintendo? Is it Nintendo World? Am I hearing it correctly? Um, is taking pre-orders on the Wii. For anybody who wanted to know, I think it's Nintendo World is taking a pre-order. Now, I'm a little bit anxious about the pre-order methodology that they're using for GameStop. Um, you can't pay $50 in cash, but you got to trade in $50 worth of merchandise in order for you to get a reservation. I've never really heard of anything like that before. Something stinks about that. So, but I suggest, I really do suggest that if you're going to pre-order a Wii, um, you should do it as soon as possible. Even though that, I mean, we're going to have a lot more available as with Wii as opposed to PlayStation 3. I mean, Wii is going to be really hot. It's going to be a great buy. There's going to be a lot of good titles. I mean, it's not. We got a couple of great titles in there, namely like Zelda. But I really do urge people to really buy the Wii. And for the PlayStation 3, well, I think that as far as buying a PlayStation 3, I would say that you shouldn't buy the PlayStation 3. And that all Sony tries to do is try to bump their format, proprietary format, Blu-ray, and I'm not interested in it anymore. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, does anybody have anything else they wanted to add? The number is 425-738-6216. Is there something you want me to say on the air that's relevant? Go ahead and hit me up. Otherwise, I think we're about to call it a night. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Check the XRK space, and of course, my own forum.streetfighteralpha.net for the schedule. Schedule is still somewhat up in limbo for this week. I haven't really. The only thing I know is that that most likely Tom Brady and Perfect Legend will be back tomorrow, hopefully with a better connection. By the way, a couple of people have asked me what's going on with my personal situation. I do have a second interview, with the apartment management group that actually manages my apartment. I have an interview with their district manager tomorrow afternoon. It's in Federal Way, so this would be about a 40-minute trip, and so I think I would get the job. The pay isn't what I like, but it still would be a lot better than nothing. Unfortunately, it is so late. It is so late in the month that it really doesn't solve the problem, whether I get the job or not. It doesn't solve the problem I'm going to do for next month as far as my living situation goes. So next month, there is a possibility that I might not be, I may not be around, for various reasons. If that is the case, the radio show won't die. It's not going to happen that way. The server where this radio station is being ran from will stay up, no matter what my situation goes. I made sure that it will stay up throughout the time. But for me personally, I may not be here for a part of October. I just don't know yet. But that's a worst case scenario. I'm hoping that it doesn't come to that, but I also got to be realistic. I'm in a bind right now. We all go through it. and there's some things I have to resolve um, between now and October 1st. And if I don't get it resolved by October the 1st, well, I just say that it's been nice. It's been swell. So but I also wanted to take this time to thank everybody for supporting the community, for supporting the radio station. I've gotten loads of compliments through email, through instant messenger, and of course on the boards. I really do appreciate it. Um, I've loved doing the show, and when I get back online, believe me that I'm going to continue the show. The show is not going anywhere. It might be delayed for a bit, but the show is not going anywhere. Plus, I'm also investigating the option of having someone take over the show in my absence. So, um, so I'll let you know what comes of that. Um, and if I do wind up leaving, I will let you guys know. It won't be a thing where poof, I'm gone. Hopefully, I hope not. I hope not. But I will know more about. I know I should know by mm, the first week of October. So I'll keep you informed. Um, but for as far as the show is concerned, like I said, it's still gonna happen. And it's fortunate though. In the past month and a half since I've been doing the show, I've gotten to know a lot of people, a lot of cool people, and there are people that are in the community that I can trust with the radio. You know, and I'm glad about that. So, you know, like I said, in any case, it's gonna be up. It's gonna be up either way, and that's all that needs to be said about that. But of course, I will let you guys know. I mean, normally I don't like I don't like giving out my personal information because first of all, you guys don't want to hear it. It's really no one's business and it's no one's fault by my own. But I feel that I do have to tell you something about it because it does affect what the radio is going to be like. So um, again, I'll let you guys know what happens out of that. You know, um, but again, it's really interesting. If it wasn't for the radio, I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't for the radio, I'd probably be in a deep depression right now. You know, I'm in between jobs. I don't have enough gas to go anywhere, so I'm really stuck here at home. And and I'm not one of those people that like to be stuck at a computer all day long. So, I mean, I like to go out and do things. But this radio station has been like a nice reprieve in between what's going on in my personal life. So, um, it's been great. I mean, I've loved doing the show, and it's been a great diversion, keep my mind off of things, and it's cool, and it's cool. And so, like I said before, the radio station is not going anywhere. I might go somewhere, but if that does happen, then I'm gonna do everything in my power to have someone take my place, at least for the time being. And I have a few people in mind already, and the people I have in mind, you guys have been on the show many times before, and I think they'll do a good job of keeping it going, interviewing people, and keep abreast of all the newest information that pertains to the community. I think they'll do an excellent job. Well, I think that's just about it. And looks like that no one hasn't sent me any other information. No one has called in or requested any information. So I guess we're done for tonight. And again, I thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you check out AlphaISM.com for updates as far as the station is concerned. And of course, check out the radio thread on SRK or check it out on my forum. All right, peace out, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, by the way, um, there's a possibility the show might come up a bit later, only because Alice is testing out this new casual matches being streamed. So if that does happen, just check the space on. Just check alphaism.com. If you have a RSS feed, that would be really helpful. If I do put the station back up, I'll announce it through the site, and so you guys would know. But right now he's setting it up with his friend, and they're gonna play some casual matches, Third Strike, CVS2, and a couple other things. And as soon as he calls me back and lets me know what's going on, I'll let you guys know. All right, take it easy. Bye.